Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into something pretty interesting at the crossroads of AI and blockchain, specifically on Solana.
Yeah, it sounds fascinating. What have we got?
So we've got two main things to look at. First, a price chart for a token called Pokez, P-O-K-E-Z, trading against the US dollar.
Okay, Pokez USD. Got it.
And second, the project's website itself. The whole thing is built around AI creating these unique digital cards. They even draw a parallel to Pokemon.
Oh, interesting. So like AI-powered Pokemon-style cards.
Exactly. So our mission here is to kind of unpack this, figure out what the project's actually about, see how the token's been doing in its, well, very early days, and maybe guess what could be next based on what they're telling us.
Right, trying to get a feel for the core concept and what the initial market buzz looks like from that chart data. Sounds like a good plan.
Let's kick off with the website then. The main hook is definitely this AI generation thing. You basically give it a prompt, and bam, it creates a card image for you.
And they're explicitly comparing it to Pokemon.
They are. It's right there, which, immediately gives you that sense of collecting, maybe trading, battling down the line, that whole vibe.
That's a clever move, actually, using that Pokemon analogy as like a shortcut. People instantly get the potential appeal collectability, maybe a game ecosystem.
Yeah, it paints a picture quickly.
Yeah.
And then this is where the Solana blockchain part clicks in. On their roadmap on the site, they state very clearly that the plan is to make these AI cards mintable.
Mintable as NFTs, I assume.
Exactly, mintable as non-fungible tokens. So the idea is you generate your unique AI card, and later on, you'll supposedly be able to make it an actual ownable digital item on the blockchain.
Right, and minting it as an NFT is what gives it that verifiable scarcity and ownership. It's recorded publicly, you truly own that specific digital card. That's a big deal in the Web3 space, that idea of digital property.
Okay, perfect transition. Let's pull up that price chart now. Pokez against USD. It looks like 1 minute intervals, covers maybe half a day or so.
Yeah, about 12 hours of trading, very granular view.
Yeah.
And wow, okay.
You see it too. That massive spike right around, was that 19.00 UTC4, just shoots straight up.
Definitely. A really sharp vertical move shows a sudden burst of buying activity, pushing the price way up from its starting point. You can see where it peaked there.
I mean, after that initial craziness, it's all over the place. Lots of ups and downs, bouncing around quite a bit.
Classic early token volatility. The market's trying to figure out a price after that first surge. You can see a sort of floor forming later on, a low point it tested after the hype.
Now look at the bottom, the volume indicator, right when that price spiked.
Yep, huge volume spike too. Confirms that the price move wasn't just like one or two big trades. Lots of activity, lots of tokens changing hands fueled that climb.
And there's that average price line snaking through it all too, kind of helps smooth out the noise a bit.
Exactly. Gives you a sense of the general drift amidst all that minute-to-minute chop.
So how do we tie this all together? We've got this website promising AI-generated Pokemon-like cards with a future plan for NFTs.
And a chart showing this really explosive, albeit short-lived, price pump very early on with significant volume.
Does that NFT potential maybe explain some of this early speculation and trading frenzy?
It's definitely plausible. Look, it's all speculative at this stage. We have to be clear about that. But the anticipation of future utility, the idea that these tokens might be needed to mint the NFTs, or that the NFTs themselves will be valuable, that can absolutely drive early interest and, well, pump up the price. People might be buying in now, hoping to get ahead of that NFT launch.
Right, the potential future value based on that roadmap.
Yeah, if you believe those AI cards will become desirable collectibles as NFTs, maybe even tradable on marketplaces, then getting in early on the associated tokens seems attractive to some traders. It's all about that potential future ecosystem.
But we absolutely have to stress these projects are super high risk, especially this early. There's absolutely no guarantee they'll deliver on that roadmap.
Oh, absolutely. Execution is everything. Delivering on that NFT minting functionality, that's going to be critical for them. If they pull it off, it could really add value by making those AI creations genuinely scarce and ownable, reinforcing that whole collectible idea.
Okay, so let's recap quickly. We've seen a new Solana project using AI for digital card generation, clearly inspired by Pokemon. Big plans on the roadmap involve turning these into ownable NFTs.
And the early market data, the price chart, shows extremely high volatility, a massive initial price spike backed by volume, suggesting, significant early speculative interest possibly tied to those future NFT plans.
It definitely leaves us with something to think about.
For sure. And maybe a final thought for you listening. As it gets easier and easier for AI to generate unique content like this, and then for that content to be instantly tokenized as an NFT on a blockchain. What does that really open up? What new kinds of digital items, experiences, or even challenges might emerge from that combination? Something to mull over.